kid, I enrolled in a swimmercise course, I think it was called. So it was me and this like really overweight kid, and like these 60-year-old women and men, they could out exercise me like mad. It was really embarrassing. Me and the overweight kid, you know, we'd be just panting ourselves 3/4 to death at the end of the bloody workout, and these 60-year-old women who weren't in great shape were like, you know, chatting away as if nothing was going on at all in the pool. So that was quite embarrassing. And as was going to the weight room, you know, because when I started I could barely bench press 75 pounds, and people used to keep coming over and helping me, which was the last thing I bloody well wanted, but certainly needed. I got to the point where I could bench press 225 pounds. I think that was the best I did, and I gained about 30 pounds of muscle in a year and a half. So that was a good thing. So, like, I was kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. So, like, I was kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. And, you know, I'm a little bit manic in my temperament, and so I was kind of going every direction at the same time. You know, I don't regret that. I had a fine time when I was a kid, but I needed to get disciplined, and I had to do it because I was working on these hard problems that I've been discussing with all of you, and I've been working on them really obsessively since I was probably about 18, maybe even earlier than that. So, like, I was kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. So, like, I was kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. Got to the point around 25 when I was in graduate school trying to get my PhD. I published 15 papers by the time I graduated, which was, I think, by a fairly large measure, the most papers that any undergraduate student at that time had ever published at McGill. And at the same time, I wrote Maps of Meaning, which was a terribly difficult thing to do because I was writing about 3 hours a day doing that. And I couldn't do all that and continue with my misbehavior, you know, my sort of, what would you say, my massive hedonistic consumption of alcohol and all of that. I just couldn't keep it up, and also work seriously on the issues that were at hand. So I had to stop. That's a sacrifice. I had to stop messing about and straighten myself out. So, like, I was kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. So, like, I was kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. So, like, I was kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. So, like, I was kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. Kind of a wild man. I had to stop. That's a sacrifice. I had to stop messing about and straighten myself out.